Hello everyone, I'm Glenn Jones. Welcome to this week's Open Series preview for Dallas. I'm here with Callie Anderson from our events department. You might know her as an Open Series champion as well, and she's just going to talk to you about the events we're running this weekend in Dallas.
Well, we've got our full Open Series weekend. We've got our Standard Open, we've got our Legacy Open, we've got our Draft Opens, we've got a bunch of crazy side events. We've got a Modern Challenge, Two-Headed Giant Challenges both days. We've got a Legacy Challenge, all sorts of stuff going on this weekend. It's going to be a lot of fun. The event is going to be at the Fort Worth Convention Center. It's on 1201 Houston Street in Fort Worth.
Normally we offer some food options or like directions for where food is, but there's actually food all around this convention center, so just go outside and look. You'll probably find something.
Yeah.
We've also got our Ultras showing up this weekend. Who's the first one?
That is Brian Ace Bird. He is an Ultras. He's got a really diverse kind of range of stuff that he does. You can go to www.acesalteredart if you want to check out his gallery. It's really cool stuff.
I know we've also got Mike Fairservice showing up, who's been at several of the last Open Series. He's doing like a cross-country tour with 3D alters, and you can find his stuff on mtg3dalters.deviantart.com, and he has a Facebook page you can use for ordering. We're going to have SCG Live as well, of course. Zach Hall is making the trek from Tampa to Dallas to give you more commentary, and he's being joined by Sam Stoddard, who's actually new to the crew. We're really glad to have Sam, and I expect it's going to be a great weekend. You might know him from podcasting. We're going to be using the hashtag SCGDFW all weekend, so join Twitter and we'll see you there. I won't actually be there because Dane Young's going to be doing the written coverage, but oh well.
Oh,
next up, I'll have Jerry Thompson to talk some strategy with you. I'm Glenn, and I'm back with Jerry Thompson. We're just going to dive into strategy. We've got a Standard in Dallas and Legacy, of course, in Dallas as well, but there's also a Legacy Grand Prix in Indianapolis.
Yep, and that's where I'll be.
Yep. All right, so for Standard, we've got a lot of graveyard decks that are coming out and a lot of different ways that decks are using the graveyard. How important is it to interact with the graveyard and be able to defend yourself from these strategies?
I mean, I think it's kind of important. Like, there's stuff with Undying, and there are some Burial Rites decks, and Snapcaster Mage, Flashback Spell, stuff like that. I don't think you really want a type of thing like a Tormod's Crypt. You don't really have to go that hard to fight these decks, aside from the Frights deck. That's the only one that like truly uses its graveyard. So I think you want more value stuff, like Nihil Spellbomb is a great card, if you can pay the black, obviously, but otherwise not very good. You just don't want to be giving up a card to stop what they're doing, because it's not worth it.
Unless what they're doing is really powerful. Like
yeah, exactly. Like, that deck is going to dump like 10 or 20 cards into its graveyard, and then like you want to get all those cards. That's worth the card for sure, but stopping like half of a Geralt's Messenger with like a Grafdigger's Cage, that's probably not worth it.
It's better to just fight through.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of Geralt's Messenger, we've had zombies being very successful in Standard over the last couple of weeks.
Lots of second places in the Opens. Just won the Grand Prix.
Yeah, the win in Lille in France. So we've had a lot of black-blue zombies, but black-red was the one that people were talking about when it first came out. Yeah. And some people are now saying they think that red's better online. Do you think blue has the edge on black?
I think they both have their upside. Like, Phantasmal Image is very, very good. It deals with a lot of problematic things like Geist of Saint Traft or Elishanor, not of the Fright stack, stuff like that. But Brimstone Volley in a deck that is morbid, like basically every turn, is also very, very good. So it just depends on which way you want to go. Like, the red gives you more reach, but the mono black or blue black already has a decent amount of reach, so it might not be something you necessarily need.
Is there a specific metagame where you think one color would be better than the other?
I'm not too sure. It seems like the metagame is pretty wide open right now, so I think you just play like what you know, what you would like better, and that's probably fine. I guess if there was like more control decks, like more blue-black or 5-color control, blue-white, stuff like that, then probably you want the burn angle. You don't really want the captains and having a bunch of creatures and like flooding the board, so you're just going to get wrecked by a sweeper. So
that makes sense. Is there a Standard deck that you think hasn't flourished lately but is primed to break out, especially this weekend in Dallas?
I know last time I was in Dallas, I played against a lot of mono-red decks. I think I played like 5 in a row or something ridiculous, and I don't know if it did seem like there was a lot of mono-red there. I don't know if that's like a local thing, how that works, but that deck seems like it's kind of primed for a comeback. Like, if blue-black keeps winning and doing as well as it has been, like, mono-red is very, very good against that deck.
Our own Michael Martin just put up a column about mono-red, so you might want to check that out too.
Yeah.
As for Legacy, you're going to the Legacy Grand Prix, and Grand Prix have a vastly different attendance than most Opens. It'll be bigger, there will be a lot of professional players.
Yeah.
How do you think that's going to actually affect the metagame and deck selection?
I think people travel more for Grand Prix. You know, they're more willing to drive like the extra 2 to 5 hours or something to get there. So if you're putting in all that work, you probably want to win. You know, you want to be prepared. You want to have like the best weapon at your disposal. So I feel like if you're going to a Grand Prix, you know, you're probably going to show up with a blue deck. Like those types of people, like the ones that want to win or like think that they're good, you know, and that's not a slight to anyone, but it's just like how people's minds work, you know.
Sure.
They want blue cards, they want control over what's going on and everything. So I think there'll probably be more blue decks in the Grand Prix than in the Open. I think if you're already there for the Standard Open, like, I mean, I would definitely just play a Standard tournament even if I didn't have a Legacy deck. And then if one of my friends was like, hey, I have a Burn deck, then I'd probably just be like, yeah, why not? I'm here. So I feel like decks like Dredge, Burn, Charbelcher, maybe Affinity are probably going to be more prevalent in the Open than in the Grand Prix.
Okay. Any teasers on what you might be considering playing for Legacy in Indianapolis?
I'm trying to think of something good, but it's tough. I think I'm probably just going to play Rug or some sort of Delver deck.
All right, sweet. Well, we'll see you guys next week.